I gotta ask a good music question. Who was more fresher out of Van Halen and Guns N' Roses? Because I got a chance to, I witnessed them both. And I would say Van Halen was clearly more, you know, up to par as far as something fresh. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, his guitar licks and playing were very distinctive in the tone. And then, of course, when he started using the synthesizer, which some old school rock heads did not like, even though um, it's been around forever and a day. But it seemed like they held him to such a different standard. But, it made for some great music that they did. And I think that the David Lee Roth era was the Van Halen that was on the cutting edge. The Sammy Hagar one made them more rounded and grounded and corporate, but it worked. It had its place, you know. Um, I think that they were able to showcase different aspects of their skill set. I thought Michael Anthony's underrated on the bass. Alex was nice on the drums. I thought they didn't get their due near enough. Their musicianship was tight. It's just a lot of internal conflict and direction mess that Eddie did and David Lee Roth did made it a mess, which it shouldn't have been because they should have been seen as one of the most important bands, not only of their time but ever. But it somehow it kind of got in the way. As for Guns N' Roses, same thing. They start off really strong. You know, they used a rebellious type of antic and against everything. And I do think that there was some shared kinship between what Axl Rose was about and Eminem. I do see a correlation to an extent. Now, musically speaking, Guns N' Roses was an aesthetic of derivative of a lot of things and, very pop oriented, more so than people like to admit. Unless of course you are a true historian and you listen to the musicality, because you can definitely hear Irish Queen influence on some of the stuff that they did, and Elton John influence on Axl's playing and his tone. But he was front and center, the leader of that band. It's crazy and everything. Him and Slash were trying to do their version of Jagger and Richards. So we know what they were doing. There was a lot of cliches, a lot of imagery, and yet they wanted to divide themselves from what they were. They came at a real interesting time because they were the last of what they were doing because they had been more glam rock, and were part of that. What's interesting, the '90s when grunge took over and Nirvana and Kurt Cobain were taking shots at Axl's imagery and the styling. So that was but they were big still. But it was Axl. They kind of self destruct. Both these bands self destruct. Both had towering presence. Obviously, Slash on guitar, but he was no Eddie. But he was a distinctive player though. I like the drumming on Guns N' Roses music. I think that the musicality was strong. I don't know if they should have put out two albums for Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 because that's a bit, sometimes your ego, you can be a bit. They had points that you could have made that in one type record. But did they get everything out their system? I don't know. But if I'm basing it on songwriting impact, importance, I'm giving Van Halen the edge. I think Guns N' Roses was strong live, and they definitely had a presence. But I think Van Halen had an edge. But I like going back and reminiscing about these two bands. I think that it's very healthy, and it's a good debate and discussion. So please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come forth, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.